How is it to work on those kind of like the Dark Crystal, those kind of like deep project? You must feel really, really grateful for this.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, we all feel the same, especially the Dark Crystal team, which is Dark Crystal was a team of 10 core puppeteers. Victor Yared and Alice Deneen from Los Angeles, and then 8 British puppeteers. I've got to name them all: Ollie Taylor, Neil Sternberg, Kat Smee, Helena Smee, Warwick Brownlow Pike, Kevin Clash, Victor. God, who am I forgetting? Oh my God, amazing Becky Henderson, amazing Kat Smee. We've done them. I think that's everybody. Yeah, did I do everybody? Oh my God, I'm in such trouble if I did. Anyway, all these people were the same. We all loved the Dark Crystal, and we were all huge fans of the original movie because we're all puppet geeks. I mean, most puppeteers are puppet geeks that I work with. There's not one who's like, oh yeah, I just do this on weekend. I'm not really interested in this. Everyone's pretty mad for it. So we were all huge fans of the original movie, and we were all incredibly conscious of stepping into these giant shoes that Jerry Nelson and Dave Goles, Jim Henson, Frank Oz, Steve Whitmire, these guys, they kind of wrote the rule book on how you do this stuff. They invented that. I mean, like the Dark Crystal didn't exist. The Muppet Show informed development of the puppeteering department of Jim Henson Company and the Creature Shop, and they were forging new ground. So we were really conscious that we had to get it right and not make it like a kind of a cheapo knockoff. I mean, obviously the show was a big show with a lot of money involved. It's a big budget show, but within that you can still make, it can still be average puppeteering, or you can still get away with stuff. But we were not planning on getting away with anything because it was important to us to fill those shoes and keep the bar high. And luckily, I mean, it won the Emmy, and luckily people got it, because we didn't know. Like, we'd watch it and go, we like it, but we're puppet geeks, so maybe like, what about the rest of the world? And really, it's we're all very, very proud of it. It was, I mean, you said, what are these big projects like? They are all consuming. So the Dark Crystal was 1 year of my life from beginning to end, and pre-production is lots of forward planning. So I was actually explaining, I was assistant puppet captain on that, and Warwick Brownlow Pike was the other assistant puppet captain. And so you have to, logistically, you have to figure out how a lot of this stuff is going to be done. So it's not like you walk in and go, la, la, I've got a puppet, here I go. You have to read the script months in advance and go, wow, they're having a sword fight on top of a moving carriage. Like, how are we going to do that? So you have a lot of, I mean, planning's everything, right? Planning's everything from all of the stuff that any puppeteers would do. Is if you do your homework, you're going to be okay. It'll be all right on the night,
Yeah, and it's the result is so incredible. Like I watched that. I was touring North America, and I was on my tablet watching like all night.
Were you touring with a puppet show, or were you touring?
I was touring with Cirque du Soleil, and I was doing a puppet in this, and I was so geek. And as the only puppeteer of the cast, I was like telling people, you must watch this, it's on Netflix. And I was feeling like maybe lonely in this trip, but it's not like, I feel it's a geek thing, but most of the muggle understand it also.
Yeah, they do. And it is that sort of, I always have this thing of, with Netflix it's different because you can have this feeling that we made this thing, it exists online, that's it, like they're not going to make any more, it's extremely expensive to make, and I always have this thing of like, some kid this weekend will just choose Dark Crystal on Netflix and be like, I wonder what that is, and then they're just going to dive into this immense world with all this stuff going on, and their brains are going to be like, wow, what, this is so exciting that it just sits on the Netflix banner. In the old days, of course, if you missed it on TV and you didn't have a VCR or somebody couldn't lend it to you, then you missed it. But nowadays, it's like, it's lovely to know that somebody somewhere can pick that show up and start that journey through Thra, which is obviously the kingdom it's set in. I'm just looking because I think I have a picture here. Sorry, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
I think I have a picture that I wanted to show you of the Dark Crystal, but I don't know where it's gone. Hold on a minute.
But it's so great that you bring that to us like this, with a lot of like authenticity. We can understand the process, we can understand how it was, and it was tough work, but it was amazing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the thing. There's a sequence on the making of documentary where I am literally falling asleep. No, I'm not falling asleep. It looks like I am, but I'm holding a puppet and I'm closing my eyes because I'm just getting a minute just to kind of gather my thoughts. This is the picture I was trying to show you. That's how many people it takes to make a Dark Crystal. So
Oh my
that's a
God.
lot of people. So that's just the crew who are in every single day. And that's a lot of people. I mean, they are immense because everything is bespoke. So you can't go to the store and buy a fancy goblet for a girlfriend to drink out of, or you can't buy a chair for a Skeksis. You know, every single thing in that show is designed and crafted by craftspeople, and so literally everything you see on screen is an original, bespoke for that program, which is quite rare that you do a show where everything is bespoke. You know, usually you can rent a few chairs or a car or something.